I've had a lot of people coming into my chat lately over at twitch.tv/Nick2, drop me a follow, and they tell me, hey man, my attack power is really low, it's not as nearly as high as yours, I'm not doing very much damage, why am I not doing very much damage? Or some people come in and they're like, hey man, my attack power is better than all of my friends, it's super high, but my damage sucks. So this is, first of all, this is hilarious to me, but second of all, I just want to make a video telling you that this stat is indicative of literally nothing. Avoid it at all costs. The only thing that matters is what stats you want. I made a video on all the stats. I mean, that's not the only thing that matters. Everything else matters other than the attack power stat. And real quickly, I just want to demonstrate how terrible it is. So first of all, I have this pair of gloves here with 10.5% crit chance. Crit chance is very hard to come by, and I have like upwards of 300% crit damage. So 10% crit chance, more or less, is roughly 30% extra damage, and I have plus 4 ranks to twisting blades with these pair of gloves. If I equip these, or if I unequip these gloves, look what happens to my attack power. It doesn't change. Okay, that pair of twisting blades is literally buffing my twisting blades by like over 30%, but alright. Let's try out my chest. My chest has 12% cutthroat skill damage. It has a little bit of armor on it. Okay, unequip. Alright, doesn't move. Now let's try my helmet. My helmet has 48 dexterity plus 4 ranks of shadow imbuement. Pretty sure it's going to go down a tiny bit because of the dexterity. So it cares about dexterity. That's quite a bit that I lost there, but I didn't lose anything from the 10% crit damage. Now let's show an even more egregious example, which is my ring. My ring is pretty good. It's missing about one stat. 5% crit chance, 30% crit damage, 35% vulnerable damage. These 3 stats are godly. This is a pretty good ring, and by all accounts, this is going to increase my damage significantly. Attack power doesn't move. Let's try the two-hander. My two-hander has 56% vulnerable damage, 57% vulnerable damage, a bunch of dexterity, a bunch of crit. This is going to drastically increase my damage. This is like almost 150% extra damage for me with everything that's stacked up here. And it has my Twisting Blades legendary on it. Let's see how much it reduces it by. Less than 10%. This gives me an unbelievable amount of extra damage, and unequipping it gives me less than 10%. Now let's go into my skill tree. I have this here 9% multiplicative damage increase to vulnerable enemies, unequip, unaffected, because it is conditional. Let's do the same thing. Let's just undo a bunch of twisting blades. I don't have enough gold. I went out of gold making this video. Whatever. Okay. If I unequip twisting blades, it doesn't affect it either. The only thing that this seems to really be affected by is things like your main stat or anything like your weapon. So if I unequip my weapon, boom, obviously that's going to delete all of my attack power because everything scales off of my weapon. But the attack power stat doesn't care about stats, and all of your damage is from your stats, from your crit chance, your crit damage, your vulnerable damage, your damage to elites, your damage versus all this other stuff. The only thing that this stat seems to ever care about is all damage, some main stat, which main stat does matter, granted, but not nearly as much as a lot of these other things a lot of the time, and which weapons you have. There's very certain talents that it does care about, like things that aren't conditional, things that just damage all the time. I don't really think Rogue has any, but I tried this on Sork, like Glass Cannon. Oh, I guess Weapon Mastery, the attack power, I assume would also affect. Yeah, that's basically it for the video. If you are ever looking at this stat, you're probably nerfing the crap out of yourself because it doesn't matter. You're going to equip a ring and be like, yo, my attack power didn't go up, but you're going to equip a different one that has like 10 dexterity on it and your attack power will go up. But in reality, you just lost like 100% extra damage if you don't have vulnerable damage, max crit chance, crit damage, whatever else. That's it for the video. Subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.